heading towards the famous tower in Teluk Intan at the moment. It's almost noon, and man, the sun's blazing right overhead. It's scorching out here. On my right, there's this chill hawker center, the spot for some tasty local Malay grub. Across from it, you'll spot a row of shop houses, mostly are 2-story high, just like many other buildings around here in Teluk Intan. All right, here we are, right in front of the renowned Menara Condong Tower in Teluk Intan. We gotta get to that tower across the road, but it doesn't seem to have any pedestrian crossing nearby. Check out how busy this street is. It's probably the main one in town. It was a challenging experience to cross the road like that you have to flow with the traffic and move gradually across. Hey, let's just quickly check out the history to know more about this tower. So apparently the tower was put up by this contractor named Leong Chun Chong back in 1885, and there's more to it. I'll fill you in on the details later. Before we dive into the details, let's take a quick stroll around the tower for a sneak peek, and I'll dish out some of its details as we go. Come and let's go. As you can tell, the ground floor of the tower sits about 1.6 meters higher than the ground level. The base of the tower measures 13 meters across, and the inner core is built with bricks enclosed in a wooden frame that constructs the corridors and roofs for each floor. This creates the illusion that it's an 8-story tower from the outside. But inside, there are only 3 floors, each about 5 meters tall. In 1885, contractor Leong Chun Chong constructed this tower to store water for dry seasons, to use in case of fires, and also to serve as a timekeeper. The tower fell into the hands of a Briton, Niall Dannison, and later, during the Japanese occupation of Malaya in 1941, it was repurposed as a watchtower. Following Malaysia's independence in 1957, the tower was officially designated as a national monument. Okay, let's check out the tower. The main entrance is right in front, with Selamat Datang in Malay words on top, which means welcome. Before we can go in, we need to buy a ticket. Each costs 2 ringgit per person.
RM2, bos. 3 orang. 3 orang 6 juta. Okey, 20 juta. Daripada 14 juta. Okey, nanti. Okey, saya share.
Cool. We're about to head into the tower. Down on the middle of ground floor, check it out. There's an entry for accessing to the underneath area. We will come back later to find out more about it. And hey, the stairs are over to my right. Let's quickly get on it and move on to the second floor. To get to the tippy top of the tower, you'll need to climb up 110 steps. Check it out. People's coming from both ends of the stairs. Someone got to step back to let the other pass through. Here we are, on the second floor of the tower. The stairs are really narrow. Only one person can fit at a time. I guess back then, when they built the staircase, their original intention was for people maintaining the tower to get up to the water tank on the upper floors, not for visitors to use. We have reached the 3rd floor of the tower, which is the highest floor. There's this steel water tank. It's about 5 meters tall and with a capacity of 18.36 cubic meters, intended for water storage during dry spells. From the 3rd floor corridor, looking up to the top of the tower, you can see 4 layers of roofs on top of each other and their wooden frames. Observing the inner core's brick structure as it rises, you'll notice the tower's diameter narrows to 8.2 meters at the peak, where the steel water tank is located. Surprisingly, we found another staircase on the third-floor corridor that appears to lead to the next floor above, offering direct access to the water tank at the top. However, the entrance to this staircase is permanently closed to the public. As we strolled along the corridor, we noticed a few metal cables descending from the top of the tower, passing through the corridor platform to the lower floors. Upon closer inspection, we realized there are several weights hanging from the cables that connected to the clock at the top of the tower, which is still functioning. Next to the metal cables is an abandoned and disconnected water pipe, evidence that the tower no longer serves as a water source for local residents. That completes our tour of the third floor and its corridor. Now, let's head down to the second floor. We are now walking along the second floor corridor, with the third floor corridor right above us. As you can see, the height of each floor is unusual, with each being about 5 meters tall. Strolling along the second floor corridor and looking down from the tower offers a 360-degree view of the surrounding areas. You can see the entire big open space right next to the tower. We're now heading back to the raised ground floor, where you can see the open access hole mentioned earlier, right at the middle. Let's get a closer look to see what's installed there. It's just an enclosed area, dark inside and not accessible to the public. You can see a green light and a flashing red light installed at ground level, along with some coins scattered around the floor. Other than that, there's nothing else. Some of the collected coins and notes are on display here, and they're from all over the world. It's a nice surprise to see some familiar notes from the neighboring country. Awesome. The ground floor area seems like a small museum for tourists about the tower's history. You can see many historical pictures hanging on the walls, and as you read the text on them, you're taken back in time to learn about events related to the tower and appreciate its significance. Hold on. Before we say goodbye, let's take one last walk around the ground floor corridor. Come on, let's do it.